Making people laugh is giving, and it's healing, too. When people can go up to the movies and forget about their problems, it's a good thing. That's why I want to work. Believe in yourself and work hard, and when doors open, take advantage of every opportunity you can. I told a joke and people laughed and it was best feeling. I knew I wanted to do this as a career. I've lived a little bit and traveled the world, and experienced a lot of things that can play any role, and I think I can get into stuff that people never thought I would ever do because of my experiences and growth as a person. Day-to-day life is a lot of work. I work a lot on stand-up stuff. And then day-to-day life and, just living. It's always different. Try to work out. Try to stay in shape, and try to have some fun. I believe that I'm going to have a long career, as long as I want. And I think going out into the world and living a little bit gave me more depth. So, when I do going into movies is much easier for me. I never knew I could get such a high from telling a joke. There's something so extraordinary about having people listening to you and hanging onto your words. It's a great feeling. You loan your friend money. You see them again. They don't say anything about the money. Hi. How are you doing? How's your mama doing? Man, how's my money doing? I loved what I was doing, being creative and being funny as a stand-up comedian. I think my life is a movie and your life reflects your work. Instead of acting disappointed because I'm not like you, maybe you can just accept me for who I am and love me anyway because I'm your son. I love a wedding. There is something so emotional when the ladies start throwing themselves at me. I want people to say that he's just as good at stand-up as he is in some of the movies I've seen him in, so try to do the best every time. I go out there. I've got a big closet of scripts and a big stack of scripts on the side of my desk because you get a whole bunch. Nothing's going to be perfect, and I realize that, but I am a perfectionist, so you go through a lot of stuff. You have to connect with your audience, and I might take them on a trip with me, tell them I went here, and I went there, and they'll go with me, to hear the stories. I think real life reflects your movies, in your life. You pick stuff that influence what movie roles you want to pick. I think if you've got an interesting life, you want to do interesting movies about interesting things. I love traveling. It not only opens my mind up, but it also allows me to use my fame in another way through humanitarian works and stuff and being an influencer around the world. I will always do stand-up, even if my acting career takes off. Stand-up is my life. When you're first starting, you want to keep making good movies. When you're young and you're black, you do a bad movie and you're through. Comedy comes from a place of hurt. Charlie Chaplin was starving and broke in London, and that's where he got his character. The Tramp from It's a Bad Situation they transformed into a comedic one. I think you've got to have a deeper depth to take stand-up into acting, but I think it helps you as a stand-up to home into different characters and stuff easily. I get on stage and talk about different stuff in my life, what I've been through and what I think about the world. It's picking out highlights of things, how I became who I am and how my daddy raised me. I think with all the knowledge and all the travels that I've done, I'm going to do a lot of great work in the future. It takes intelligence to make a real comedy, and it takes a reality base to create that little stuff I like to do that makes you giggle inside. I tell people that stand-up's like golf. You gotta do it every day to get it down, or at least 3 times a week to get it down. In stand-up, you can go either way. It's live. Somebody might say something in the crowd, and you might respond to it, but in a movie, you could be spontaneous too. But you pretty much have to stick to that story, or that scene, or that script. But in stand-up, you can go wherever you want to. It's more freedom. You have to control your destiny. You have to keep writing different stuff, keep switching up and never do the same thing. Too many times,